time now for us to get you our big newsmaker tonight. Digvijaya Singh, senior Congress leader, is joining us live. Welcome on CNN IBN, Mr. Singh. You're someone, Mr. Singh, who often has made a habit of making comments about senior individuals, and then we often hear that you're forced to retract. But on this one, Mr. Singh, your views on Rahul Gandhi, can we in the country really get clarity in terms of where do you stand, sir? Is Rahul Gandhi someone who deserves a good shot at ruling, or is Rahul Gandhi someone who you, as you yourself are quoted as saying, doesn't have the temperament to be in power, doesn't have the temperament to be a ruler?
Bhupendra, I strongly object to your statement that I have often retracted on my statement. Give me one example where I've retracted on my statement. I always make a statement after I have examined the facts, and I've never retracted my statement. I've stood by every statement I've made.
Okay.
And on this also I stand by what I've said, that there are some people who hanker for power and some who don't hanker for power. That's the difference.
So what are you saying? Because there are some within the Congress, sir, who are suggesting that is Digvijaya Singh questioning the credentials of Rahul Gandhi. When you say that I can say that in a democracy, opposition space is necessary, since Congress is the largest opposition group, Rahul Gandhi should have taken up the responsibility. What are you suggesting? Are you not suggesting your unease, sir, with the fact that Rahul Gandhi even refuses to be the leader of opposition, or at least try and position himself as leader of the Congress party in Lok Sabha?
I have always stood my ground, and I have said that he should have taken up the responsibility of the leader of the Congress parliamentary party in Lok Sabha.
Right.
My suggestion was not taken. That's it. But have I retracted from that statement?
So you still stand by that statement? You still believe that that's something that Rahul Gandhi should have done?
Of course, yes.
And do you believe that
Of course, yes, I do stand by what
And do you believe, sir, do you believe that the fact that Rahul Gandhi hasn't sort of taken your suggestion, do you believe that that could be detrimental to the Congress's interests, particularly in this kind of a parliament where you're down to 44 MPs?
Well, first of all, let me put it on record that Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge is the right choice, and he is one of the senior leaders who have fought 11 elections. 9 times he's been elected in the assembly, twice in the parliament. He's been leader of opposition in Karnataka. He's been a senior minister in Karnataka government. He's been a minister in the central government. He's been a PCC president of Karnataka. And his first participation in the debate on the presidential address, he made a very strong impact. So, without belittling the stature and the leadership of Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, I still feel that Mr. Rahul Gandhi, if he had taken up the leadership of the parliamentary party in Lok Sabha, he could have sort of projected the Congress party in the right manner.
And why do you think that Rahul Gandhi is reluctant to take this, sir? Does this fall in line with your basic premise when you say that Rahul Gandhi is someone who doesn't hanker after positions, who doesn't hanker after power? Is his decision or his reluctance to take on even this position, does it stem from that view, sir?
Well, he has always conveyed to us that he is not running after power. He is not running after position, but he is committed to fight for the underdog. He is committed to fight against injustice at whatever level it is. And therefore, you must also understand that everyone doesn't run after power, unlike the present Prime Minister. But Congress Party President, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, she could have become the Prime Minister of this country. She refused. Mr. Rahul Gandhi could have become a Prime Minister. He did not become. He could have become a member of the cabinet, and he did not become. So there's a difference between the difference amongst different people. Some hanker for power, some don't.
Do you still believe, sir, this policy of reluctance, this politics of reluctance which has been used by Sonia Gandhi, by Rahul Gandhi, does it still work, Digvijaya Singh? I mean, let's be candid here, sir. You're talking about a party which has been reduced to 44 seats. You're still making me see wisdom in Rahul Gandhi's reluctance in taking on responsible positions within the Congress party, within Parliament.
he has always maintained, and he had gone on record to say that if we get the mandate to form the government in Parliament, in the central government, and if he is elected by the members of Parliament of the Congress Party, he would take upon the responsibility. He would not shirk from it. But the fact remains that he is a man who has always worked in the organization. He has long-term plans for the Congress Party. Allow him to do it.
So, but, you know, the basic point, Mr. Singh, and there seems to be a big contradiction in what you're trying to suggest, sir. You're suggesting that on one hand, Rahul Gandhi doesn't have the temperament to rule. On the other, you're saying he also is someone who wants to fight against injustice. Now, my humble submission to you, Mr. Singh, is this, that if Rahul Gandhi is really serious in terms of fighting
now,
for,
Bhupen,
for injustice.
Have you seen my interview to Prudent TV? I have clearly said
Yes.
that we would have been very happy if he had taken up the leadership, but he does not hanker for power. He does not hanker for position.
I take your point. I'm only trying to draw your reference, sir.
He is interested to fight injustice.
Sir, but my humble submission to you is that if he's so serious in terms of fighting for the poor and underprivileged, would it not have been better for Rahul Gandhi to accept some position within Parliament, within the Congress Party? Would that not have been better, sir, according to you?
You can draw reference of what I have said, but don't interpret in your own way. Please give credence to what I have said.
Sure.
Try to understand that some people are not running after position or power, and he's one of them.
Okay. No, I take your point. I can see what you're suggesting, that Rahul Gandhi is not someone who's lusting for power. You believe the present dispensation, the present Prime Minister is lusting for power. Be that as it may, the people of the country may believe that maybe that's something that they want. They want someone who really has a blueprint for power, who believes in using power to deal with the poor and the underprivileged in the country. Now you say that Rahul Gandhi wants to fight for the poor and underprivileged, but he doesn't hanker after power. Therefore, I'm asking you, sir, do you not see a contradiction? Even if I was to understand that this is Rahul Gandhi's approach, isn't this approach so full of contradictions according to you?
No. If the country had given him the mandate to become the Prime Minister, I'm sure he would have taken it.
No, but he's not become the Prime Minister is one thing. You're down to 44 as a matter of fact. Now, just a few days from now, sir, the budget session of Parliament starts, for instance. Now, tell me, in the last 1 month, look at the spate of decisions which have been taken by the NDA government. Whether it is price rise, whether it is railway price hike, onion prices, which continue to be at a high, monsoons. The NDA government's arguments are pretty much the same which were being given by the UPA government. Would it not have been better, sir, for Rahul Gandhi to have been the leader of the Congress party in Lok Sabha and then attack the NDA government, raise these questions that I am raising out a few? He is not going to do that. What does this suggest of the basic temperament of Rahul Gandhi? Does he remain a reluctant politician, sir? Is he not interested in politics then ultimately?
Well, good times have come. So therefore, but at the same time, we must allow the government of India to function at least for 6 months to a year before we take up these issues. But at the same time, the parliamentary party, Congress parliamentary party in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha would effectively raise the issues of the people at every level, whether inside the parliament or outside the parliament. The Congress party shall act as a very responsible opposition party.
What will be the role of Rahul Gandhi in this Lok Sabha? Will he be a perennial backbencher that we've seen him, or will he really be active even in parliamentary functions, sir?
Well, let's see.
No, you are the one, sir. You are the one who you keep giving suggestions to Rahul Gandhi. So what is the suggestion that you have given to Rahul Gandhi this time around?
Well, suggestions, I'm not the only one who gives suggestions. There are a lot of people who give suggestions. Whether he accepts any suggestion that is his own will.
But are you not worried, Mr. Singh? You know, I mean, you were with Rahul Gandhi, for instance, when you were advising him, giving him suggestions, so to say, when the UP Assembly elections were being held. And I remember speaking to you extensively during the UP Assembly election campaign. You were very confident that things will work out for Rahul Gandhi. Come the Lok Sabha election, Rahul Gandhi again looks at power as an ultimate poison. His famous speech of Jaipur. Do you not believe, sir, that maybe the script is not just working out for Rahul Gandhi and he needs to do something new? Something more than what he's been doing so far. Is there any clarity in terms of what is it Rahul Gandhi can do, sir?
Winning and losing elections is a part of democratic process. Don't forget that we won the election in 2004 and 2009 with the same leadership.
Right.
Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Dr. Manmohan Singh. So, if we have lost the election, doesn't matter, we'll bounce back.
No, but you see, I take your point, sir, that winning or losing elections is one thing. But I'm on the fundamental point of Rahul Gandhi's ability to lead the Congress party. And frankly speaking, let me be very candid with you on this one. Rahul Gandhi's seriousness as a politician. How do you respond, to all these newspaper reports which come up that the Congress party has to decide in terms of its organizational structuring, in terms of whether there should be a change of leadership in Assam and Maharashtra, and the chief ministers have to wait because Rahul Gandhi is not here, because he's somewhere abroad? How does this augur for the Congress party? How does this reflect on Rahul Gandhi's leadership credentials?
Bhupen, whoever gave you this news or this idea that decisions are kept pending because Rahul Gandhi is out of this country? In this modern age of communication, do you believe this? I'm sorry to say that it's absolutely not based on facts. The fact remains that the decision to change or not to change is something which the General Secretary in charge of the state and the Congress President decide. But no decision is pending because Mr. Rahul Gandhi is not in the country.
Okay, so you're suggesting, Mr. Singh, that all is well as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned. But let me draw your attention, sir, to another statement which was made by another senior colleague of yours, A.K. Antony. Now, A.K. Antony, speaking in Kerala, says that the Congress must relook at its perceived slant towards the minorities. Mr. Singh, would it be correct to say that the Congress is frankly paying a heavy price for being perceived to be a party which was only and only looking after interests of the minorities in this country?
Again, Bhupen, I would say this is a wrong perception. The Congress party believes in some kind of a minority appeasement. We have fought the communal forces of the Muslims, Hindus, Christians, Sikhs at every level. Even before the country became independent, we successfully fought against the Hindu Mahasabha and Sangh on one side and the Muslim League headed by Mr. Jinnah on the other side.
Right.
We have never compromised with these people. We have never compromised with the fundamentalists. And we have successfully led the country by taking an extremely secular line which means Sarvadham Sambhav, equal respect to all religion, equal opportunity for the citizens of this country to follow any religion of their choice. And that is what we have successfully.
But look at Mr. Singh. Sorry to interrupt you, sir. But look at what L.K. Advani is saying.
This perception.
Look at what L.K. Advani is saying. L.K. Advani is now openly accusing your party of admitting to the fact that you all have been busy indulging in minority appeasement, and that now, down to 44, Congress is realizing it was a mistake. How do you respond to that, sir?
Certainly not. Certainly not. In fact, what Mr. Antony said and what Mr. Advani has understood are two different things. Mr. Antony is talking of perception and Mr. Advani is taking it as a fact.
So you don't think that the Congress has anything to worry about? Is there going to be a genuine soul searching within the Congress party, sir, in terms of whether indeed you are being rejected by large parts of the country because you are increasingly being associated only and only with interests of one community?
What makes you think so?
I'm asking you, sir. I'm asking you because you're down to 44, so that's a valid question to ask.
Well, but let me ask you a question. Is Narega only for the minorities? Is right to education only for minorities? is right to food only for minorities? Are schemes for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and other poverty elevation programs only for minorities? The only thing for minorities that we have provided for is as per the recommendations such a committee which has found the Muslims to have not been able to sort of progress in the way they should have because of the lack of literacy amongst them. So the Sachar committee report recommendations of giving them scholarships, giving them development among the Muslim clusters, starting special hostels and schools for the minorities is something because their literacy levels are quite low. Setting up ITIs and polytechnics for Muslims so that
you don't buy that. You don't believe, sir. You don't believe that the Congress was perhaps making a mistake, because that is what is being suggested certainly by Mr. Advani, that here is a Congress party which after
certainly
all these years has come to this conclusion that they were wrong.
Congress party let Mr. Advani ji please first explain.
Okay.
Does he feel that Mr. Jinnah was a communal person or not communal person? Mr. Jaswant Singh came out with a book where he has praised Mr. Jinnah and called him a secular person.
Right.
If demanding Muslim rights and is creating an Islamic state in Pakistan, can that person be called secular person?
Final question then, sir.
Mr. Advani
right.
also called Mr. Jinnah secular person.
Let me then
and ultimately he had to lose his presidency of the BJP because of his statement.
Let me then ask you in conclusion, Mr. Singh, as we literally move towards a countdown of sorts to the budget session, can you give us an assurance that Rahul Gandhi is not going to be a politician in absentia, that whether it is the question of reservations to minorities, Congress's approach to minorities, or its other questions related to price rise, corruption, will we see Rahul Gandhi play a decisive role or not, sir?
Certainly yes.
Certainly yes. Okay, I do hope that Rahul Gandhi is listening to this suggestion, this comment, very candid one of yours, Mr. Digvijaya Singh, and I do hope that Mr. Rahul Gandhi will be there present in Parliament taking on all these questions. Thank you so much, Mr. Singh, for joining us and answering all these questions. Digvijaya Singh, our newsmaker.